Let me know when you're able to see me. See me. Let me see.
I'm checking.
All right. Listen,
I'm checking.
as you guys come in, you be so kind. Hit the like button. We're having a little fun here today, as always, man. Sorry about the way, some having a little issue sometime in the background. But hold on one second. Let me do this right here. Let me go to events. Rafe, what's going on, Rafe? Like, do me a favor, as you guys come in, hit the like button. As always, let me mute myself in the back. Hit the like button, my damn self. Right click, copy. 9 star. Hold on one second. I shot everybody out before we get started. As you guys, well, go ahead. Check this out right here. Join me live with Dealer Gaming, aka Drug Dealer.
Drug dealer.
Join me live with Dealer Gaming as I put him in the hot seat and ask him. He's an act by guy. And ask him why does he remain.
I like how we do this once every couple months, and the same people come in. Oh, I wonder if anything's changed.
The hot seat and ask him why does he remain Xbox guy.
That's my guy.
Rumor PS5 to be more powerful. And does he have faith in the future of the Xbox? Alright. That sounds about right. And what else is going? Xbox plus more right click. Paste this.
Hey, what's going on, finest man? What's going on, brother? Obi-Wan STW. Hey, you gotta forgive me and Z. He crawled out of a coffin. I dug myself up from under the ground. I was sleeping. We're tired as fuck today. We're gonna make it work.
Yeah, we're gonna get through it. We had some fun today. It's been a minute since we got together.
Yeah.
And paused and done a one-on-one. But like I said, while the room was filling up, what's going on with you, good brother? I haven't spoken to you in person. Well, no, actually spoken to you voice-wise.
It's been a couple months, yeah.
Yeah. How's everything with you?
Pretty good. Grinding.
Okay. Everything all right? What are you playing? What are you looking forward to?
Right now it's Grid. After that, it's going to
Grid is a
be
card game, if I'm not mistaken, right?
yes, racing game. Modern Warfare. After that, before that, it was Outer Worlds. Outer Worlds is going to be big, man. I'm hearing good things.
Outer Worlds. Oh, it's Outer Worlds. Okay, I think it's Modern Warfare. Okay. I never really got into the Obsidian games, man. I mean, of course I tried because does it have any is it a multiplayer? What type of game is it? Because I really don't know.
Bro. It's where the fuck you been? It's an RPG, man.
Yeah, man. Is it multi? Does it have co-op?
No, ain't no co-op, ain't no multiplayer, ain't no none of that shit. It's a traditional Obsidian game. Already hearing really good things about it.
Man. Oh, okay. Single player. All right. No problem. Other than that, what else I want to ask you? Like I said, we were just talking. Like I said, already a year counting down. The new consoles are coming out.
Yep.
This generation started in 2013. Believe it or not, 2013. A lot has changed between now and then. We're in 2019 now. I mean, the big thing with the no dude was always online and DRM. No one talks about that too much anymore. You know what I mean? But like overall, like with this generation, like I said, as you guys come in, hold on, give me 1 second. I'm about to see you guys in live real time. My dad, hold on 1 second. Let me put this link in my Discord and anywhere else. Hold on 1 second. Please, give me 1 second.
Yes, I am getting Death Stranding. Already paid for that shit. And I don't know if I'm gonna regret it or not, but we'll see.
No, Ultimate Death Stranding.
No, I mean, how you doing, No Rush? It's good that he's always in my chat talking shit. What's going on, brother?
What's his name?
No Russian. Shout out to No
Russian.
A lot of these people take this shit seriously, but we're having fun. Come on.
Let me put this in my group. I'm about to be seeing you guys in real time. Just actually this page.
Now, Poopcast says agree with him or get blocked. More like act like a dumb bitch and get blocked. I'll correct you there. So I'm guessing you got blocked. Let's see. AP Shooter Yo-Yo.
Yo, what's going on? Actually, let me do this right quick. Let me take the old school way. Let me take my phone. 8486. Yeah. Let me go to the show on my phone. And we get this motherfucker started. Library. Right click, share. Copy link. Let me do this. No.
Oh God! Come on, Sony Prophet. You know I need. I am not in that TV stuff. Come on, man.
TV stuff? What?
He said. He said, dealer here. TV.
Talking about TV shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, they kind of, shot their foot. They self in the foot with that. Well, actually, hold on 1 second.
I noticed this trend, right? There's little fuck boys that get blocked and they act like they just disagreed. You must not pay attention if you think you got blocked because you disagree with me. I mean, we disagree all the time on my own fucking show. Come on, don't be stupid. You know what you did.
No, damn.
I got time for little idiots.
They sitting here dealing with some new photos. What's going on, bro?
They're like,
Do tell.
Now, importantly, I want to read this one. Mega Davo, and I do believe we got in the same super chat on my show. Just to make it clear, Xbox is trash. Thanks for the $2 super chat.
Mega Davo, what's good, man? Showing up for the foolery and fuckery earlier. That's what I'm talking about. Listen. I adore and I appreciate the savagery. We all know the Xbox is dog shit. We're gonna deal with her now to confess his sins, to atone for his sins. You know what I mean? Hold on.
Thank you, No Russian. Appreciate it.
King. We're gonna get him to atone for his sins.
You're gonna atone. You're gonna throw some holy water in my eyeball. Shit's gonna burn.
Yeah, you're gonna get this work, man. All right, listen. So, actually, let me look at the show myself, so I can see you guys in real time. Who I got here? I'm gonna start from the top. Well, you named a few of these guys. My Jesus. All right, Devin. Shout out to Devin. Got the box. Shout out to you. My man MK Quincensarius. Rafe, my brother Cold-Blooded Sensei. NL, what's up? Shout out to you. EM Dolphin fan, 9 star. What's up? Philip Sin, 22. Shout out to you. Buck that. What's up, my dude? Heath, my neighbor's car. What's up? Fran, what's up? The finest. Proto, Spider-Man X. Obi-Wan for the win. Shout out Paul G, my brother. Spider Silver, Styles NYC. Yojima Hanmana, shout out to you. Said, why do you block people, dealer? Fuck, nigga. Bryson Tatum. Jody the Flame. Impatient Fire. We got Christopher Haight.
Summer of '83.
Moonsun Armstrong. Overdone. Christopher Haight. I think I got you. Hold on 1 second. I'm scrolling down. Bryson Tatum. Then an AP the shooter. My brother. Oh my God. Poop Cat. Shout out to you. NYT Music. What's up, baby? Sony Private. Boss Life. Mr. Miracle. Rafe. Nobody. Wrath Nobody. I'm sorry. No Russian. Miss Fee. Shout out to you. Bryson. These are so many of you guys in here. Marcel Simon. Hold up 1 second. I'm coming. And if I did miss your name, you know I'm blind as all hell. I'm trying my best, man. AP the shooter. Hold on. He said, hey, hold on. Let me get the first. Flappy 101. We definitely know what you did. You got sensitive and got J-Dubs all banned on Twitter. Jesus Christ. My man is here to atone for sins. Turboverse TV. John Zell Village. Phase. 2 Dying for 4. Shout out to you. This shit's going. AP the shooters. You better put your foot on this goddamn it neck. I'm gonna try, man. It's a slippery bastard. I'm gonna atone for sins. Ryan the Professional. Listen, if I missed your name, I do apologize. Let me see if I get my man Moss on here to take care of the check. Hold on.
Oh, shit.
Get one of these jokes on here to take care of the check.
I'm covered in Vaseline, bitch.
Yeah, damn. Let me get Moss in here.
Flatty got J-Dub. I told you motherfuckers that was a temporary ban, you idiots. And none of you believe me, right?
Let me see right here. Hey,
that means he got reported a bunch of fucking times already before that whole incident. So, shut the fuck up.
All right, Mr. Miracle. Danny Mill and Sean Rashid, that's my brother. Summer '83's IU trash person used to call herself ponies. Yeah, I did, brother. I love you like children. That's CA Day.
Hello.
Mos, what's up, bro?
Hello. Yeah, what's up?
You in church? Where you at, bro?
Hey, we got something coming, Marcelo.
We're about to. I'm out at Sam's Club now, but we're about to meet here and go visit her at the hospital.
Okay, say no more. Take care of your business, bro. No problem.
No, you was gonna do that thing with Diller, but
Oh yeah. Don't worry about it. I'm on. All right, I'm live with his janky ass right now. Don't worry about it.
okay, all right.
All right, Sean Rashid, Mass Gaming is being called the white D-Batch. I don't know what the fuck's going on here. Let's get into the goddamn show, all right? I told you, this is my conspiracy thing. That Mass Gaming is the alternative version of Mr. Media X. I'm telling you right now.
Mass Gaming is a good dude.
I'm telling you right now, Mr. Media X and Mass Gaming are one of the two. We're talking about double stack GPUs out this bitch. God damn it, Dilla, god damn it!
I didn't do shit.
Sony Prophet with the $2. He said, D, does dealer brace deal here? Jesus Christ. Anyway, get it right into today's show. Shout out to you for coming on, brother. I'm going to ask you some questions. And listen, first of all, this is a drug-free environment. We will hate to question your integrity. Anything you say today can and will be used against you in a later show.
Hey, shit I don't say is used against me. But go ahead.
All right, so anyway, like I said, as you guys come in, we got some fun today. Shout out to my man for coming. Like I said, we haven't done anything in a while.
Hey, let's get some more super chats going. What the fuck? Let's get some more.
Man, what you got some wholesome insults his way, right? But anyway, as I was saying, like a lot has changed between 2013 to 2019. And again, I ask this question all the time. You know, how the fuck did we get here, right? Mm-hmm. Now listen. You may look at the glasses being half empty. I'm looking at that motherfucker. Somebody to kick that bitch all over and spilled over, and I'm in the middle of the Sahara fucking desert, fucking looking for some water. Fuck that water. It's fucked up out here, right?
You on suicide watch?
Yeah. The brand itself in Xbox, right? We can talk about the sales. We can talk about the missteps or what they did and what they did right. We can say, you know what, farm media's bias. And I'm asking you, in your honest opinion, right? How do you think the brand got here?
Well, we know. We know. Ain't nobody at Microsoft invest in any damn games for years, and
okay.
Now, you know, it fucking sucks. But at the end of the day, like, I don't know, man. I just played Gears. I'm going through Grid. I just played God of War again. I am going through Call of Duty. I'm playing Outer Worlds next week, man. I play a lot of games on pretty much every platform but Nintendo.
Xbox is your preferred platform of choice, right?
Oh, of course, by far, 99%.
Okay, all right. Okay, deal with it just because he kissed the guy that's making game. I understand all that, brother. I want the truth and nothing but the truth. I got your ass in this motherfucking illegal chokehold right now.
Turn that heat up.
All right, so here we go. All right, so they didn't invest in any games, right? So we got for whatever. So, and listen, right? I know in the past I've been called the Donnie D fanboy, right? It is what it is, right? And I know I've also been called that I'm a Phil Spencer hater, right? And I'm probably the guy.
Let me ask you a question real quick, though, because I don't remember. I was watching you before the X1 came out, right? As I always say, you're pretty much the reason I started doing the shit. And you were out there dodging bullets, right? And when Donnie D came out there breakdancing around a TV, I don't remember exactly what your thoughts were with the whole.
Okay, you know what? Put me in a hot seat. All right, I'm gonna be honest with you, right? I think when it came to the showing, right? I think Microsoft. Let me get this bill right quick before you get past me. Michael Washington, it's my brother. Xbox is still great. There's no need for hate, my brother. I was definitely talking to you on Facebook, if I'm not mistaken. But here's the thing, right? You're gonna call a spade here, right? Microsoft, I think, fed into their own. You realize the 360 was here. It came on that motherfucking and battled Sony and, you know, really did well. And I give them all the credit and all the, you know, the accolades they deserve for having the original Xbox, right? And sold about 26 million. Outsold the GameCube, got crushed by the PlayStation 2, and came out there and was banging on developers' doors. Hey, it's easy to develop on our console. You know, because again, a lot of the second and third party deals Sony would have, they were just so cocky. They would just, you know, they wouldn't really sign, you know, whatever. They would just, yeah, come over here. Basically, we have the large install base. But games became more expensive. Games like Assassin's Creed back then were supposed to be exclusive, or maybe even time exclusive to the PlayStation 3. That wasn't the case, maybe. Like, Microsoft did a lot of door-to-door work, and I felt their hunger. You know what I mean? Just overall, the game, something new. With Xbox Live achievements, then we had the party chats, then all this new hip shit they was doing. They had the guy, Jay Allard. You know, he was the voice man at the time. Let me get this bill right quick. But shout out my brother Coop, man. Hey, Coop, I know we follow each other on Instagram. You a fly joker, man. It's my man Coop, man. Coop, man. I didn't know we followed each other on Instagram. But again, so You know what I mean? And they were they was, how you say, they were basically handing them the keys to win the next generation. And one thing that Sony did that was ingenious, right? When they had their showing, it was 30 minutes long, and Microsoft still makes this statement to today. They think because they have a long show that it's going to be a good show. You don't need a long show, right? You don't need a lot of that bullshit fluff. You can just go out there and show the games. And that was the longest console generation that I can ever recall, 8 or 9 years. So gamers were starving to see some new shit. Sony came out that bitch in February 2013, had a 30-minute show. They showed, well, then we could be subjective or objective, whether you like Killzone, whether you like Knack, whether you like Infamous Second Son. They showed a few games that looked next generation, and we knew that couldn't be done on previous gen hardware, right? So people were stoked about that. So then people took over. They misread their audience, and it's not a problem with the TV. I'm gonna be honest with you. Everybody uses their console for everything. It wasn't an issue with the TV stuff. It's that the hardcore gamers like me, you, whoever else took off work or whatever you were doing, to sit down and watch this presentation, and they spent 47 minutes of their show exactly.
That's what I had always kind of thought about, because you know, when they unveiled it, I'm like, what did they really think that Timmy and Sally was gonna watch this bitch on a school day, right? Like, and be excited for this, right? You got to appeal to your hardcore first. But AP the Shooter has a super chat, by the way.
I got AP the Shooter with the $5.
Yeah.
Is the box your main choice because of services and apps or games? Because the X is great for everything up except games. You be capping for bullshit, Diller.
You want to answer that? Is it the Xbox your choice because of services and apps or games? Or because the X is great for everything except games?
Okay, so it's the question.
Yeah,
I think the box Game Pass is great. PlayStation Now is doing really well here recently as well, being very competitive. In terms of games, it's better for every game except for certain exclusives, right? And you like what you like, man. Ecosystem, things like that. It is what it is.
Okay, all right. My man answered them up like a politician. He said it was good games on many sides.
I mean, hey, short and simple, you know.
All right, so to answer your question, right? Oh, then J Dub, you guys was hopping in. All right,
yo.
What's going on, brother?
I'm coming here to catch your super chats and
appreciate it.
Hold your feet to the fire, brother. Go ahead.
So again, like I said, you asking me about the showing, right? And I think they misread the audience. In the last few minutes of the show, they show, I think, Quantum Break, maybe Forza, and something else, right? And they say, hey, wait to E3. Wait to E3. We're going to show you nothing but games. So another super chat. We get Sony Profit.
All right, we got Sony Profit with the $5. Sony is a hardware company. Microsoft is a software company. Xbox guys say, yeah, they say it all the time. Why doesn't Xbox have AAA games for 14 months? Sub-Z, J-Dub.
I've actually been a little longer than that, man. I think the last AAA game outside of Forza and Gears.
Last time I kept track, I mean, the last big blockbuster was fucking Gears 4. Is what I was
outside of Gears, Halo, and Forza, was the last AAA game was Quantum Break in 2016. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's been a long time. But anyway, to answer your question again, I got it. I said, wait to E3. Then E3 came. They showed nothing but games, right? And then, and again, the TV stuff wasn't the issue, and they panicked. There's one thing I don't like about Microsoft, even to this day, right? They became this afraid of their own shadow. I can't be the fucking behemoth you are, right? Boom, Sony got trashed with the Sony Paris Games Week about Detroit Become Human and The Last of Us 2 being domestic abuse simulators, whatever the fuck. They came out that motherfucker and handled it like Jesus. This is a game for adults, made for adults. We no longer have that Microsoft. You can say whoever's in some position or whatever the case. That's why Miss guys like Balmer and again in Donnie D, was kind of stood up for the brand. But neither here or there, right? Getting you to E3, they showed nothing but games. But I'm gonna give you this, right? And you may disagree or whatever the case may be. It's not what you say, it's how you say it, right? Of course, they come out with Donnie D who said, we got a council for you. If you don't want to play online, people, what about the military? Oh, soldier and arms, all this wild, crazy shit, right? Last time I checked, it was the motherfucking military that invented the goddamn internet. So why the fuck when they had the internet? But that's neither fucking here, fucking there, right? So
it was a submarine, Z.
Whatever the fuck the case may be, bro, right? So, you had that shit there. But again, it's not what you say and how you say it. And I give you an example, right? Old lady coming downstairs and said, Motherfucker, take out the trash, you punk bitch. You know what? I ain't taking out shit. We all gonna smell this motherfucking 2-day-old Chinese food for next week. That shit gonna sit right there. It's not what you say and how you say it. And even with this, even until now, their messaging has been all up and down all over the place. We got one more here. Bryson Taylor.
All right.
Yeah,
we got shout out to Bryson Tatum with $5. Said, Dilly, if the Xbox One is 4K native 60 frames, what will be the upgrade for the next Xbox? And name 3 games that will be exclusive, not first party.
Hey.
For one, the Xbox One X isn't native 4K 60 FPS on very many games. So I don't know, but the upgrade for maybe PS5 and Xbox would be more of those games combined with better physics, and of course we know both of them are going to have ray tracing. Better tech, you're going to get a nice PC quality experience, I think, for a great price without very many bottlenecks. And in terms of, what was it, the next one? The 3 games that will be exclusive, not first party. I think they're leaning into first party more than ever. So that means they're going to be paying less external sources for those exclusives. That's their problem going, in the past. Everybody, we don't have any studios. Let's pay some crackheads to make Crackdown 3, right?
Okay.
That's kind of what got them in trouble. And now they've said, you know what, we got to double our studios. They've overdone that, right? They've well over doubled their studios, and they're bringing all that stuff internal. I've got a lot of high hopes for some of the stuff from here.
All right, we got AP the Shooter with the $2. D-Crack in the chat, shucking for his master dealer, fuck nigga.
My man, call him Calvin from Candyland.
Oh, come on, AP. You don't got to go down that path.
Hey, listen here, D. True fuck nigga. Where you from today? Scotland from D? D from Scotland. He from Ontario. D got 1,000 different aliases and 1,000 different allergies. But here's the thing, right? And I'm asking, okay, you said they're doubling their studios, right? We okay. From what studios do you expect some AAA quality games from? We gotta be honest. We gotta call a spade here, right?
What studios do I expect AAA quality
AAA content from? Because I got a little trouble last one of these dog shit shows I did, and I kind of showed the internal memo, and I didn't know I wasn't supposed to show it. And looking what they're basically looking to hire is studios to do some single A or double A type games. They keep content on the Game Pass. Whether you got the Bleeding Edge or the Battle.
Everybody's got low tier studios. They got high tier. Like they just released Concrete Genie on the PS4, right? Everybody's got those kind of studios that put stuff out and maybe try some things and maybe will grow in the future. But in terms of AAA. What I will try to remember off the top of my head, 343. Hopefully Halo Infinite's great, right? They need it to be great. I don't know of anything else that's coming out next year that's in the vein that I want, blockbuster, right?
Okay.
They do have Playground, which does have the secondary RPG team, which is over 200 strong. Okay. They've got the first tier team as well, so that would be 3 possible titles there. Then they've got Ninja Theory, which just confirmed a new AAA game they're working on. I did a video about that. And then they've also got Turn 10, which of course, if Polyphony or AAA, I would definitely call Turn 10
most
AAA as well.
Hold on, we're not to cut you off. Get beats in here.
Yeah,
did you say multi? What'd you say? I thought you asked for AAA games maybe coming to Xbox.
Yeah. We got Beats Games Live, which is $2. Forgot about Assassin's Creed PS3 year exclusive. Year exclusive. You in rare form, brother.
Yeah. Oh yeah. All right. Man. I know my shit a little bit.
Yeah, we got Ishan Rashid with the $2. YD Batch, aka Mads, got owned on Twitter.
Oh man.
Then we got Sony Prophet with the $5. Phil didn't double for the studios. He didn't double the studios for Xbox. They doubled them for Game Pass fodder.
Okay, now here's the thing, right? Now, Diller. Now you said, listen. Like you said, men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie, right? Team Ninja or Ninja Theory. I'm sorry.
So hang on. I want to address that last comment because if you make a claim like that, you need a source. That's how I work. So when Outer Worlds comes out, which they've already said that whatever they're working on in the future is not going to other platforms, right? They're going to use these first-party titles to entice you to come to Game Pass instead of PS Now. That's what people don't see, right? When Outer Worlds comes out and maybe it reviews well, is that Game Pass fodder? Was Gears of War Game Pass fodder? Is Forza Horizon 4 Game Pass fodder? Will Ori 2 be Game Pass fodder? Is Halo Infinite Game Pass fodder? You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be very specific here, and don't forget that maybe you're not remembering all of the games that maybe they're working on.
Oh, okay. All right. Ori 2. I don't put that as a AAA game. It's a good game. I'll put it up with Cuphead.
It's not the type of game I'm into. I get what you're saying.
No, listen, I could be subjective here, right? Or objective. I'm not a big Halo guy, but I understand Halo's a AAA game. But I wouldn't put Ori and the Blind Forest up there with the God of Wars or
No, not at all.
whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? So
But fodder is fodder. I mean, pretty much trash. Like throw it at the wall.
The Bleeding Edge and Battletoads and Sea of Thieves and Boodle Dents and Lucky Tales. There's been a lot of goddamn fodder. Been a lot of goddamn fodder dealer in that motherfucker.
We were all there when Super Lucky's Tale came. You hadn't yet converted yet, and we were all pissed off about Super Lucky's Tale and Sea of Trash, right? So I got a review up. You can't question what I said about them damn games. It is what it is. Like that stuff sucked, man. But I'm looking forward to the stuff that's coming out with in the future, man.
Okay.
All right, let me pay the bill real quick. The Titanfall Princess with $2. Shout out to you. She says Xbox has no games.
Shout out to Titanfall.
Cool. Yeah,
Now, so as I was
2014.
saying, but as far as Team Ninja Theory, right? What was their last AAA game?
Say what? What was our last AAA game?
Let me pay the bill. Let me pay the bill real quick. We got Metal Hell Panic with the $2. I sell dealer diabetic needles.
Yes, sir.
We both know them needles ain't for diabetes, bitch.
Their
last AAA game.
Yeah.
Ninja Theory. I guess it would be Devil May Cry. Devil May Cry, right? Been a while. Hellblade's a smaller budget, though it looks really good. But their next one, like I said, they've.
So I mean, I'll put you only good as your last hit, right? Your last album, right? We judge you by that, right? And
which is an 80, I think, Metascore.
I think they make pretty games. The last game I really liked from Ninja Theory was Heavenly Sword, and that came out in 2007. I'm keeping the bitch all the way a buck, right? You know what I mean? I hope with a budget behind them that they can go out there and make, great titles. But they start, they shoot and they load me, whatever the fuck, with Bleeding Edge. That's some dog shit. So, like when we had my man David Jaffe on the show, right? And he said Microsoft, you remember one of these shows, but I have a show called The Best Damn Podcast, if you know it not, right? And we had David Jaffe, the curator of God of War up there, right? And he said Microsoft hiring these studios, it's cool. But what Microsoft, they do horrible at managing, more or less, or cultivating talent or managing their studios, you know what I mean? So them hiring more studios, it's not, it's going to be what it is. So check this shit out, right? Because whether you like Destiny or not, right? Destiny was already in-house. Arguably, whether you like it or not, one of the biggest multiplats to launch this generation. Make it a chain. I'm not saying maybe one of them did generation, but I'm quite sure they sold more than what they're selling or have sold as of late. Like I said, that was still in-house. You know what I mean? They have done a horrible job again at letting their developers go out there and create. I remember I got beat. You bots didn't tell me from limb to limb. And I said, what do you want to see 343 make outside of Halo? The Coalition make outside of Gears?
I still don't agree that those guys should stray. What I said, and I said it again when we were on talking about it months ago, is
okay, why is that?
They had a problem of studios. And I said, nip the problem in the bud, build more studios. You can build more games. But if Halo disappears, believe it or not, people will be pissed. If Forza disappeared, I as a fan would be annoyed. I'm just saying, though, that if you had those teams tackle something else, those games take a lot. It's already been
people there.
It is, but apparently it ain't a damn enough, or we'd already had a Halo game, right?
Okay, maybe, and again, I'm not, unless you shout out the people I know within Washington, this is not a shot at you guys, right? But I'm going to say this again, right? Naughty Dog, right? Some people might call them the Naughty Dogs. 10 people started on the fucking Last of Us 2. 10. This is what it comes down to, say, they do a horrible job at managing there. 10 people. Left the Uncharted.
So you're saying like a small group in like pre-production in the background.
Yeah, and then once they finished Uncharted 3, then they all went and focused on The Last of Us. They can arguably say The Last of Us is a huger title than The Last of Us. And then Uncharted, right?
Well, I did hear something interesting. The Coalition, I heard that they may take that Naughty Dog approach where Gears 5 came out, whatever, and then they're working on a new thing. And then after that, Gears 6 would hit, right? So, I'm not sure how accurate that is, but it's not out of the realm of possibility. And I see your logic. But at the time, I'm thinking we need more studios.
Mm-hmm. Let me get a couple of these bills.
Yeah, I got to get the bills. We got Coop Man 30.
Coop Man.
With $2. He said, Dilla, you like walking simulators now?
Well, I mean, it's easy to see what I like. Look at my gamer card. I like God of War, best game of the generation to me. I play everything, so it's not hard to find out.
Then we got AP the Shooter with the $2. He said, "Be honest, them new studios ain't cooking with grease."
and that statement ain't cooking with a link.
Well, I'm just okay. Well, basically saying, all right, they did do a lot of hiring. you know, the creators from We Happy Few. No, the creators from what's the State of Decay 2. No, I will give them credit for Turn 10. No, I'm sorry, Playground Games. I would like to see what they make, because I do like the Horizon series more than I do the Motorsport. I would like to see what they do outside of the Horizon series. You know what I mean? So I give them. To me, that was a no-brainer, right? To me, what I think is another no-brainer, right? Again, we see a game like Control. You know what I mean? We can all agree with, if you played it, it's the spiritual successor to Quantum Break, right? You have such this low end, or how you say, you know, what I guess software exclusive content on your box. Why not do the deal? Because again, they were looking for a poster. That's why they ran their ass across the street to 505 Games. Why not do that deal, get that game, and put it in your service? Like, to me, that's a no fucking brainer.
I feel like there's a lot of things that are a no-brainer, like build bigger, better blockbuster games, but I don't know.
Okay.
I have no clue why they didn't do it.
Okay. Given the choice. Okay, here's the thing, right? And this is what I'm saying, bro. And maybe you can see where I'm going with. But maybe my dissension, whatever, with Xbox, right? My disdain for them, is that your biggest game. And I like Gears. I'm a Gears guy, right? It's Gears 5, right? Gears is Gears, whether you like it or love it or not, right? But you're following that shit up again with Bleeding Edge and what's the other goddamn game?
Battletoads.
Okay, so I remember I did the story on Crackdown 3. Maybe even threw my black ass up under the bus too. I don't even remember, right? A lot of that happened. I was maybe beat within an inch of my life, and I had two developers that worked on that game that I can confirm. Another guy, basically, I didn't get no concrete proof for him, but basically, you know, told the same story that the other guys were telling me, right? That the game was going to be shit, is not fully fucking destruction like they promised, the cloud stuff, they don't even own that anymore. All this is stuff that the people the public didn't know. But I sat on that story for about 6 months. One day, you know, shit get a little, you know, content get a little slow. I did the story. So then he had my man from Jez pull the GRG on me, went out that motherfucker from Windows Central, and somebody tried it for himself. I don't know what basically threw my black ass up under the goddamn bus, right? Now, again.
So, I mean, what do you mean? What exactly happened? I don't know that.
No,
story.
You don't know that? Oh, come on. I mean, before it's Crackdown 3.
So somebody went and played it and said the opposite?
No, the motherfuckers ain't play the game. I spoke to developers that worked on the game. You know what I mean? And then Windows Central went out there and in the article said they tried it for themselves as fully. Well, I'm paraphrasing here, that the game was fully destructive, immersive, and hours and hours of fun, you know, reckless fun.
Hey, you gotta give a shout out to Midway showing up. Look at you, Z. So he's over here supporting you, man. And what he says is respect to dealer for talking one-on-one with the ponies and telling how it is. Tune in for RDX. Thank you so much, Midway. Appreciate it.
Let me take care of the bills. We got Midway Monster with the $5. He said, respect to dealer for taking on the ponies with fake news, always calling it alternative facts, and being fake news for Xbox.
Yeah.
MDX. All right. So we got the Verge X with the $5. Said, J-Dub, how are you still talking after Porter Rock broke your jaw in 4 places and calling you fake news? Stop capping. Hey, we never had no pony on. We never had no pony on pony crime, sir.
That's not true.
Right, keep going.
Oh man. So what I'm saying is this, all right. And again, I mean, you are entitled to feel the way you feel, right? You said you were excited. No, I don't want to put any words in my. Are you excited for the future of Xbox?
More than I definitely was months ago, and definitely more than I definitely was like after you stopped preferring, even though you still playing Xbox more than anything, motherfucker. More, even after you kind of changed it up. I'm looking and I'm like, man, I see all this stuff happening.
Oh, he's about to get the light button. Shit about to get good. Shit and kicked in. Fuck that border. Is this what you want from me?
Yes. Amp it up. Bring back the charisma, Z. Yes. Yes. When you change it up, things were grim as fuck. And we were talking about behind the scenes, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And I was looking out. I was like, man, they need more studios. Boom. They announced it, right? And I'm like, okay, well, now they need more games. Then they announced 2 more studios, XO. And I'm like, finally, these motherfuckers are investing more than they ever have.
Okay.
So I understand the impatience, right? We've talked about this over and over. But at the end of the day, yeah, I'm looking forward to what they're doing as somebody who prefers that ecosystem. Yes.
All right. I'm looking at the camera one time. Make sure you can see me. Can you guys see me out there in TV land? One more time.
All right, why you doing that? Let me go ahead and read the bill. Cool, man. 30 with the $5. Gears 5 was good, but y'all know it lacked something. I can't put my finger on it, but it wasn't an epic game like God of War. It was a good game. That's all.
It definitely wasn't an epic game like God of War. There are very few of those. I hope people understand that. But I feel like with Gears 5, and this is why I enjoyed it so much, is they were taking notes about what Sony were doing. I mean, all the banter, all the things you would explore, they would give you the backstory. I mean, you've got to admit that, they kind of ramped it up, at least in the character building and stuff, where they really needed to.
All right, you ready for this shit here? Hey, Kratos, you ready?
I'm ready.
Is this what you want from me? Is this all that I am? I listen, right? Check this shit out, right, Dylan? Fuck all that, right? Real nigga to a fuck nigga, right? Check this shit out, right? You said you were excited, right? You have these shows, XO18, because I'm keeping it real, right? You still run a predominantly pro Xbox channel, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah.
All right, okay, cool. Bro, listen, I would hate to question your check. I mean, bro, I'm about to, like, God may have mercy, Kratos have mercy on Crap Soul. He didn't my man done probably dropped too many tons of cheese and set off his cracker. He was last seen in Port Authority in New York, talking to himself with a bottle of white rose, you know what I mean, walking barefoot, you know what I mean, talking about Phil and the Xbox has ruined gaming for him, brother. Like, this shit is destroying lives here. You know what I mean? How is it possible, bro, to have a positive Xbox goddamn show? Like, bro, listen, don't get me wrong. I can go out that bitch and sell a motherfucking saltine cracker to a motherfucking high blood pressure. I can sell ice cubes to a motherfucking Eskimo. I'm good at what I do. You know what I mean? Listen, my integrity is always in question, but a fine, upstanding white Christian male such as yourself, good brother, how do you go out there week after week on Tuesday and do this shit here? Do tell.
What's the last show either of you watched?
I don't watch your shit, nigga. I'm just saying, brother. I asked you, do you run a predominantly pro Xbox? Because ain't nothing positive about this shit, man.
Here's the deal.
Shit, come on, Dylan. Get to me, Dylan.
When you start actually watching the show,
yeah, okay, all right.
Then
you want to talk about the bullet?
You can. No, I'm just gonna lay it out. I'm not gonna accuse you of doing shit here unless I see it. I don't take the word of none of these motherfuckers in this community. The motherfuckers are such liars, right? So if you watch the show, then you can judge me on what I say. And if you did watch the show, you'd know we've been complaining for years, but we're not going to sit and harp on it every show. Shit gets old, in my opinion. So I don't do it.
Okay, all right. I'll give you an example, right? Now, I'm sorry for not having my notes, right? But, because the time I do take notes, right? And you put something right out there at the E3. To me, that E3 was horrible, right? You may feel different.
That E3 was fucking trash.
Yeah. And you said, and so, you know what I mean? You came on that motherfucker and said, way in the water. So there was so much bad negative Xbox news. You're going to choose your platform to talk about the positive. There's enough negativity out there. Spread love. Boom-tastic! You sound like Doc Cupcake out that moment. He was playing motherfucking Crackdown 3.
Again, no, with E3 2019, I've said it before. It's not hard to, it's right there in the title. It's not hard to know our opinions on it. 30,000 people watch that show, and I think most people know our real opinions, despite what liars say, right? So we absolutely hated that show. We were blown the fuck away at how horrible the show was, and it made me look at certain people inside of Xbox a little bit differently, based off some stuff I heard behind the scenes, which I'm not going to say here. But yeah, I was dumbfounded at how the massive L that they took on that show.
Yeah. Let me pay this bill real quick. We got Ishan Rashid with the $2. Diller, what about all the backhanded PS4 slander?
Oh, kind of like all the motherfuckers in this chat.
Oh shit!
Hypocritical motherfuckers, just stop. Oh, you used to bash on PlayStation. What? Fucking
say about me, brother. I have atoned for my sins. I have listen.
Don't ever call somebody out for talking shit on a PlayStation. Mostly years ago, when you're in the chat saying Xbox is dead.
Listen. I've been came out and said Kratos the one true God, and Sony's the king of the North. I've been said this, brother. I have this ain't about me. It's about you out there game banging, praying to the Lord of Light. We talking about you, good brother.
Not at all, motherfucker. Come on.
With that being said, so I'm being real. All jokes aside, right? And shout out to what you do. You can cover whatever. You can cover goddamn Tubbo on your channel. Your goddamn channel on your goddamn platform.
Yeah.
I'm just being like realistic. Like if you don't like me, how you say the Fox News of gaming. And again, I'm not to question your integrity. Some motherfuckers may be excited for fucking Voodoo Vince 2. Like
I'm looking for the Outer Worlds. I mean, I don't know.
Cool. But it's a multiplayer. At the end of the day, it's a multiplayer.
Either way, though, that doesn't mean that it's a worse game.
I didn't say that. Or even you take a game like Psychonauts 2, which Microsoft paid the upwards of $10 million to get the publishing back, to still publish it and put on a rival fucking platform, on the competing platforms, you know what I mean?
And they've clarified all that, by the way. They
Wow.
basically said with the big games, any game with any real money on it, they're going to try to lock that down. Well, they are going to lock that down going forward. Which, again, I don't really give a shit. I'm just reporting exactly what they're saying.
But they say a lot,
with
though.
a lot of
Listen, do you believe them, though? They say a lot. I mean, they said a lot. They've come out and lied to us numerous times in the past.
Well, they're not the only ones, and you know that. You've exposed Sony so many fucking times, in the past.
Listen here, man. Listen here. Listen, play this, right? When it comes down about games, we got to call a spade, right? Whether you like one's policy or one's another, doesn't make a difference whether you agree. It's always about the games. And whether you like these games or not, Sony has but since about 2016 going forward, they have been consistent in delivering second and third party deals and getting exclusive content to their console, where Microsoft refused to fight.
Yeah,
You know
exactly.
what I mean?
And that's a problem, and that's why we speak up on it. And speaking of Sony, this year has been pretty damn weak. With Days Gone, I gave Days Gone almost an 8. I enjoyed that game. I did a big review on it, right? Mm-hmm. But other than that, it's been, you got to admit, even some of the most hardcore of you, it's been pretty weak.
Look, we got Ishan Rashid with the $2. Since you're about honesty, how are you okay with Colt?
Well, I'd like to know exactly what you even know about Colt. Did you actually go and talk to Colt, or are you just listening to other people that don't know? I don't know what he's talking about. But apparently he thinks Cody Woods something or other. But I don't know where you get the information.
Maybe he probably talking about when Colt was like, you have 1,000 hours in Crackdown 3.
Oh yeah, and I'm sure none of these guys heard Colt make fun of himself about saying that. So again, just like you guys in the chat hating, Colt might have taken some shots like that, not knowing that God of War would be longer and that Crackdown 3's multiplayer would suck. Get over it. Move the fuck on.
But here's the thing, though, right? I listen, and shout out to Crap Gamer, piece of shit. I went trust on my last $3 bill. Man, he choke on his tongue right now. Check this shit out, right? Like when you come out that motherfucker, right? And again, here's the thing. I don't take none of this shit serious. I give you my opinion. My opinions and my opinion. I do a show entertaining. We all laugh. We all buck the fuck out, right? But I don't put myself up there as being quote unquote the Young Turks of gaming. You know what I mean? I'm gonna give you my opinion. Do I have broken stories in the past? Absolutely. You know what I mean? But I don't take this shit too. I come here and I have fun with it, right? But some motherfuckers look at such as yourself, not saying you do, as yourself as being no nonsense, straight to the facts, and not how you say, not gonna be out there dropping megatons and shit like, you know what I mean? This is a lie. You find out Microsoft has came out and slayed Sony. No, the shit. Shout out to Crap. No, the shit he do, right?
Everyone has their method, right?
Yeah, shout out to him, right? True fuck nigga, right? But with that being said, so just looking from the outside looking in, I'm just being realistic here. Like, how could you be so optimistic about the Xbox? Look, we all see those Inside Gaming show, Xbox. Who the fuck are they for?
Again, though, define so optimistic because, I feel like I've said everything I can.
No. I'm saying, I'm talking about, listen here. I'm talking about, before you say, I hit you with some ambush journalism, right? And I'm being, treating you as a hostile witness. I'm saying, you see those shows and inside Xbox, right?
Uh-huh.
Who are they for? Are they to attract Nintendo fans to leave the Switch and come over there? Or the PlayStation fan? Or is it to get the Xbox fans excited about the
platform? The same people that the old Inside Xbox is for. It's for the community of gamers that are on Xbox that look for those little shows to watch, kind of like this week in game, whatever Xbox, right, on their channel. People watch some of that stuff, and while I've always say it, like the last one was really bad, said it on my show, right? I don't ever count on anything being there for that exact reason. Now, Sony's state of play surprised me because they actually did have some substantial information, whereas before that they were always trash too, right? So it depends on what you're looking for. I'm probably gonna stop watching them shits.
But you can't stop. You have a pro Xbox channel. You gotta, I guess, report.
But it's not like I report on them. I don't make videos on them. Okay. I watch them because I'm a fan of gaming. And if you wanted to know about Division's new update or this or that, yeah, it's for you. But it didn't have what I was looking for.
Let me pay the bill real quick. AP the shooter with the $5. He said, "Hey, fuck nigga, I have all the systems every generation." He said, "Xbox, don't be sorry, be better. If these next gen games are trash, will you? If they're trash, it'll call you.
Would you cause
Hold on,
harm to
chat
yourself?
moving up. It'll cause you harm to
on,
yourself, laughing my ass off, or hold the Xbox to the fire. Then we got El Matador 809. Shout out to him with the $5 for the fanboys who DM everything on Xbox. And be honest, things won't change. Phil isn't the answer for Xbox to go back like the 360 era. Phil.
And I heard the same people. I heard people saying the same thing about PS3. Things won't change. So, you know, a little bit of foresight there, and consider the possibility that, of course, things can change.
Okay, all right. Now, okay. Listen, brother. If you don't know by now, right? It's because of Xbox. I no longer believe in Jesus, right? I no longer believe in the burning bush and talking snakes anymore. I don't believe a joker got swallowed by a big fish with some low top sandals survived for 3 days. We don't have to preach about it, right? And what I'm saying, all I can judge them for, and trust me, just to be regardless, and I even tell Kratos to tell you, that even I get on my pony brethren, right? And I said it again, it's not healthy for gaming for Sony just to go out there and stomp out Microsoft and them not competing, because when they push each other, that means that each one of those guys are going to lobby for our dollars, right? And just for overall for the hobby that we love and enjoy so much, you want them to have great games just for being a goddamn gamer. Fuck everything else, right? So if Microsoft is not doing anything, Sony doesn't have a reason to go out there and cut prices and do sales and do deals and do this and do that and the other. You know what I mean? The lobby for our fucking dollars. You know what I mean? It's unhealthy for fucking gaming. And for whatever reason, right? You have a trillion, you know, people like to talk about Microsoft money. You got down there $1 trillion company, right? Is the fucking hobo of fucking gaming. Like, that's a fucking fact. Like, you know what I mean? You know, the Switch is dog shit. You know what I mean? How do you, bro, come on. Like, you know what I mean? And I don't believe in getting excuses for it.
They needed to get their shit together, yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what home. We get some more here. We get these bills.
Yeah, let's pay the bill. We got Max Solano with the $2. I appreciate your $2. Shout out to Bryson Tatum with the $5. Dilla, name 3 exclusives on the Xbox One X right now. That's not Forza, Gears, and Halo. How can you speak bad about PS4 trying new IPs when Xbox is not?
I'm confused. Link me to where I'm speaking back. Again, lying motherfuckers. A big problem in this community. Link me to where I'm talking bad about PlayStation 4 trying new IPs. I have praised them for their new IPs and their new approach towards the hardcore, saying we're not going to focus on the indie. Again, basic research. And also, Max ain't going to appreciate you skipping what he said in his super chat.
Yeah, read it.
I read his name.
No.
Shout out to Sony Profit with the $5. Double Fine, Compulsion, and Exile. Obsidian bought for Xbox. They don't sell 100,000. They don't sell 100,000 copies on Xbox.
So he said about 100,000 copies on Xbox.
Double Fine, Compulsion, and Exile, Obsidian were all bought by Xbox. Yeah.
My bad. My bad, man. I thought you was asking.
Yeah, I read it. Shout out to El Matador 809 with the $5. At this point, Sony is competing with themselves when it comes to games.
Yeah,
we can't say the same for Xbox. Sony getting games for free.
Okay, all right, Dylan. First of all, thank you for coming in. But right now, I got to turn up the motherfucking flames. All right. You ready? Are you in the best shape of your life, right, brother?
No,
now we about to go to round 12, bitch. We got a 15-round fight. And I'm gonna look into the camera right now. I'm about to get in character right now. Is this what you want for me? That's all that I am. I gotta look to my hog tie her. I don't got a hog tie, people. Why would I hog tie her? Check it out, Dylan. Check this shit out, right? Going into next generation, it starts next year, right? In my opinion, I want to get your opinion, right? Now, how do you feel about Microsoft losing the power crown?
If they lose it?
I mean, where their smokes have been fired, been a few developers.
What do you mean? The only smoke is coming from Microsoft, who are the only ones who have claimed they will be the fastest box. So, until Sony say otherwise, I'm not.
Oh shit!
I'm not going either way.
Oh, okay. Here's the thing. So, what if, right? Hypothetically speaking, what if the PS5 was indeed more powerful than the Xbox Scarlet?
Then the Xbox better be goddamn cheaper, and I'll still complain because I want the most performance for my dollar, of course. But yeah, I mean, it's just the same reason I got the best hardware or some of the best hardware on my PC to work on, right? Because I want the best performance, right? So same thing for a console. I'm a console guy. I want my console to have the best performance possible, just like you guys do. I don't feel like that's a hard one to answer. Of course,
about some of your preferred platform, which will you still invest and get your multi-plats there? if they look and run better
Well,
on
did we
the
not do that with
PlayStation
the
5.
Xbox One when the PS4 was out? You know, the Xbox One was
Listen, that was stop bringing up old shit, brother. That's when I
I'm
was
just
getting
saying,
high.
like,
That
it's
was at
the
the height
same
of my
logic.
addiction. Okay, this ain't about
It's the
me, brother.
same logic
I
right
became
there.
out
Like,
there
I
and
prefer that
atoned for my
ecosystem,
sins.
so that's why I'll say
Okay,
it.
how about this, right? I've come out there, dealer. Okay, you keep dragging my past and what I used to do, brother.
Nah, that's not what I'm
I
doing. I'm
used to
bringing
get high
up.
and cheat and beat on my wife back then also, right? Listen, I am flying the street now, okay, brother? Listen, I've atoned for my sins. Kratos have
You
forgiven
got
me, brother.
baptized, yeah.
Listen, now I'm out here, bringing it to your box, bringing it to your door. Now, listen, what I'm saying is, right? Now, if they run, because now it's confirmed to have hardware ray tracing. We had, well, shout out to D-Batch, you know what I mean? I don't think, if anybody knows anyone, Sony doesn't have the resources to do hardware ray tracing, you know what I mean? Shout out to D-Batch for that shit.
But
right?
he turned that around before they
too late.
confirmed
It's
it.
too late. He should have toned for it
Give
since
him
then.
motherfuckers some credit, all right?
No, it's too late. I don't like D anyway. Anyway,
come on.
I don't trust that dark skinned brother. I don't trust him. But anyway, right? Listen, he has no respect for me and my platform. He comes on my show and smokes coke.
That's because you're always attacking him, goddammit. Shit,
But
what
brother,
do you expect?
what? Listen, I'm a recovering addict. How I'm gonna have a panel member that's smoking a pipe? I'm trying to get myself together. I'm trying to make it into heaven. But anyway, it's not about me. So going for it. But here's the thing, right? Because I think being at the end of the generation on such a low note, right? What I mean, like the last big game you got coming out is Gears, right? You're not going to get another game until Halo, and I'm not a big Halo guy. And being honest with you, but and I can be subjective here, right, or objective. By me saying Halo, that didn't scream next generation to me, like oh shit, you know what I mean? I didn't get that feeling, right? I didn't, right? So, you know what I mean? But they're going to need more than just...
Well, remember, too, though, that nobody was saying anything about Gears 5 until they saw it in front of them in
Cool.
HDR.
I give them that. I give you that, right? But looking at games again like The Last of Us and Ghost of Tsushima or even Death Stranding...
Half the frame rate, too. Keep that in mind.
No, cool. I've also changed my tone, right? We're allowed to change.
I remember. You was one of them. I want 30 frames, plebs.
Yeah, no, 60. I've been saying that, like, it was, the single can play version of it. I actually kind of caught my eyes, not to get off topic here, was Project Stream. And me playing Assassin's Creed, was it Odyssey?
Open world games are so
660,
legit.
and like, oh my God, like, it scared the hell out of me, right? But what I'm saying, like I said, going forward, do you think that's a huge mistake, right? Of them coming out again, behind the gun, losing the power narrative, right? And they're going to have, of course, they're going to have Halo and Forza there, but them saying out their own mouth, their own religion that, no, you're not going to need a Scarlet or whatever you want to call it to play the new Halo, to play the new Forza. You know what I mean?
So you want them to lie to you?
No. I'm just saying though, like I think that's a mistake.
I don't need a 2080 to play a game on PC. I can play it on a fucking
talking about consoles.
I'm just saying though that's
consoles and the
things are going on all fronts. Scalability.
Okay, here's the thing. I beg to differ with that, right? Now, if we're talking about Sony with PS Now, there's games going there. I believe they will be because it makes money, right? We just had the MPD up there yesterday. We did a show about it, and you looked at Madden, still in the top 10 MPD, and there's on a couple services, right? That's not the issue, right? But Sony will have exclusive hard software to that PlayStation 5. If you want the next God of War, you're going to have to buy a PlayStation 5. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, likely, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So, but Microsoft is taking another approach. And there's no, like, to me, they're trying to reinvent the wheel. There's no wonder that Nintendo and Sony are selling as much software and hardware they are, because it is a console, it's not a PC. And, and again, by them putting their games on Steam, didn't set the fucking, PC guys didn't go out there and buy 100 million copies of it. It didn't, you know what I mean? So I think
if you're saying that they're going to get rid of everything else and just PS5, especially day one, then you better be prepared for not being an elite platform because
that's not what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying, right? Let me see again. Going forward, one of the things I didn't like about this generation was the cross-gen development, right? Now going forward, it's going to be even more of that because all of these consoles are x84 until third party comes out with a new engine and they're tired of shoehorning shit in for 2013 hardware. You're still going to have a lot of cross-gen development, but it's going to be sometime along there where Sony's going to put their big exclusives, going forward. You may not see it in year 1 or year 2 or whatever the fuck the case may be, but they're going to start to put only their big exclusives on the PlayStation 5. So it gives you an incentive to go out there and buy that console. The console gaming and PC game, we're like, even shout out to my man Shameless Black, I gotta get more on these shows. We're just two different consumers. We look at things two different angles, right? And so again, it's no brainer why Nintendo and Sony, again, Sony is more software and hardware they are, pause, because they have exclusive things to that box that gives that box value.
So let me see if I understand what you're saying. You're saying that Sony in the coming years, not necessarily day one, is going to just have one box that you can play on, and that's your only option, right?
No.
And as a result, you're going to get better performance, etc. Blah blah blah.
Well, this is what I said. I said it's software wise. I said at the beginning you're gonna have some cross-gen development. So I wouldn't be surprised to see you probably the next horizon maybe 4K 60 on the PlayStation 5 and maybe dynamic 30 on the Pro or whatever the fuck the case may be. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a big install base. They did it with Little Big Planet 3. Microsoft did it with Rise of the Tomb Raider, the 360, and the Xbox One and Titanfall. I mean, it's just and now they all these consoles are x86, so I don't think that's going to anything. But I do believe it's going to become a time and point when Sony, their own first party, have no control of what a third party does, but their own. If you want the next Spider-Man, guess what? You got to get a PlayStation 5. That's going to sell the box.
Mm-hmm. If you don't want to stream it, though, right?
Yeah, if you don't want to stream it or whatever, you have to have value to the box. You know what I mean?
Yeah, some people have to be vindicated for the purchase like that. I get it. But what I will say is everything that you're saying, Microsoft will indeed support Xbox Scarlet, the X, the X1S, blah, 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 launch, right? Just like Sony will support the Pro, PS4, and the Slim, right? And they have not confirmed how long they will do that. And they have not said that it'll be that way forever. There is no link. There is nothing on this. Okay. So I want to clarify that. As of right now,
I think they're going to stop.
They're doing very similar things.
We gotta be. Listen, okay. We gotta call a ball.
No man left behind.
Okay. Yeah, that's coming from them. And also, what do they have in the cloud? They don't have Xbox One X's there. They have Xbox One S's there. That's not my jam. I said, what do they have in the cloud? They don't have their most powerful.
They have S's, and they're bringing Scarlets in the future. Yeah.
Yeah. So they don't even have X's there. So again, we're talking about quote unquote no man left behind, and these are their words going forward. You know what I mean? If you're gonna hold them feet to fire, this is something that they're saying, right?
Yeah, of course.
So I look
as
at it
any
like this.
good business person would say, right? If you have full back compatibility and your game's going to work on the old stuff for a while,
that's not
this
the issue.
Is not the first time.
Listen, no, that's not the backwards compatibility. My problem is forward compatibility, right?
Yeah.
Hear me out. What costs these companies the most money? Remember, you may feel different. Is the R&D in actually building these new consoles, right? Billions of dollars, right? Shipping, taxes. You got the inflation for China, maybe not, right? And so if they sold, because also too, you can apologize to me publicly when I give you guys the numbers again about the shit about 36 million. You motherfuckers lost your goddamn shits about the Xbox, right? So now it come out there about 40 some odd million, right? Give or take, right? So if you're giving people a lesson and incentive to buy your hardware again next generation, I believe that the Scarlet is going to sell even less than the X did. You know what I mean? Because if you don't, because we can even with Sony, right? That Sony's number one selling console was not the Pro, it's the Slim. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's going to sell even less than that. So
the cheapest consoles are usually the best selling one.
So going forward, I think this may be their last goddamn generation.
He cut out hard right there. I don't know if anyone else can hear me.
I said going forward, I think this will be their last goddamn generation.
No, I've talked to people about that. It's not.
Well, I mean, why not?
Their plan is to have another console after Scarlet.
Here's the thing: if the Scarlet, will you consider the Xbox One a success? You consider it a success?
Financially, it is a success. That's not arguable. But in terms of how many things they've sold and blah 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 and all this stuff, no, not in the eye of a lot of the hardcore.
I'm talking about as far as console units. So now, as far as the reason why they're making so money is because it's software and services, right?
Well, Z, keep in mind they said that they plan to sell 200 million consoles. So if that was their plan, that was.
Oh no, they said that was the console market. They didn't. That's not what they said. So they have an idea of what they're looking for.
2 million what? Xbox Ones?
No, they said that's about the console player pool.
Okay. So they said, there was the articles from Microsoft themselves that said that they had originally planned to sell 200 million consoles.
Okay, how they gonna reach that with no fucking games?
Well, now they're gonna reach 2 billion gamers. So don't forget about that.
Oh,
well, that they also said that's the potential of the mobile market as well. They didn't say that they're going to do that. So I mean, again, with all the streaming stuff, with all the flexibility with where you can play these games,
I get that.
Sony are obviously following suit with some of the stuff. It'll be interesting to see if they eventually bring some games to PC. I don't know why people are against that. If you like PlayStation, play it on PlayStation, right? But if you want that 60, like Kratos, you mainly play on PC, right? So if you want that performance and whatever, why are you against that? I don't understand.
Well, because for one reason, it does water down
it's like two chicks
your
with dicks.
gaming. It does water down you at the end of the day, right? It does water it down. PlayStation is synonymous with the greats, and they they've sold over 100 million consoles in less time than the PS4, and they're destined to sell more than that. They have all the best talent studios in the world. They have the best games every year, Game of the Year winners and contenders. You don't want that to stop. Of course,
I mean, now
they're going to continue to support PlayStation Now. They're going to continue to support and enhance PlayStation Now, but that's not going to be their bread and butter. They're still going to make sure that their console shine above the rest, and that's just my. And let me pay the bill, my brothers. We got Carlos Crespin with the $5. Don't bet on Microsoft to keep supporting the Scarlet in the long run if it doesn't sell. Remember, Windows Phone, stop believing Microsoft is inconsistent PR. And I totally gotta agree with that. Microsoft will tell you any and everything, and they will flip-flop and lie to you, and it's been consistent this particular generation.
So I want to bring up the fact that just because
and Aaron Greenberg is not the proper way
doesn't mean
to
it's not
get your
Game of the Year,
information.
by the way. So just because games on a certain platform does not stop them from getting Game of the Year. God of War get Game of the Year either way, right? So that has nothing to do with being exclusive, for one. Secondly, if you as a consumer can pay $60 for a game and have that flexibility, as you have personally talked about with Play Anywhere and enjoyed, that's what you should care about.
Okay, so check this out, right? With that being said, Sony and Nintendo are dominating the game industry with the opposite of what you just said.
Yeah, and why do you care?
until we see the dividends of what you're saying for Microsoft, it's all what you would call.
Let me ask Kratos a question.
Hold on, I gotta get the turn
Let
stove.
me ask Kratos a question real quick.
Go ahead.
Now, Kratos, do you benefit by buying one copy and getting two, or do you benefit by buying one and getting one?
No, I benefit by
what is
buying
best
a
for
game
you,
on the
Kratos?
platform that I want to play
So
with.
what is best for you?
If that option is there, right?
Then it's better, right?
If it's there, it's there.
Buy one get one free is better, right?
Sure.
All right.
Sure.
So,
Again, I don't think the problem is anyone is saying that it's bad to have the option, for example, backwards compatibility. I don't think anyone even saying that that's bad. That's an option.
It's not bad.
But here's the thing with Microsoft, right? They have watered down the Xbox into a service. It is no longer a console.
What do you mean?
It's no longer their shining beacon of what they're trying to put in your house. It's not. It's watered down because guess what? If you want to play their games, you can play many of them on the Switch. You can play them on the PC.
Which ones can you play on the Switch?
Out of their ecosystem, which is Steam. You can play them on Steam. Matter of fact, guess what? The Outer Worlds come out. That's Microsoft's game, and guess what? I'll be picking it up on the Switch and most likely the PS4.
I get it. That flexibility is there, right?
A less incentive for me to buy a Xbox. Guess what? Xbox Scarlet is coming out, right?
And you have
options. No way in the world you can tell me that Xbox Scarlet is going to sell more than the Xbox sold this generation, because guess what? It's not mandatory for you to go and buy Scarlet in order to play their games. So you see it from your own crowd. You see it from YouTubers, Twitters, and the whole gaming community. A lot of people going to PC. A lot of people are buying PC. They're saying, guess what? PS5 is day one for me. I got my PC. That's my replacement for my Scarlet. So that's what it is.
So let me ask you why PS5 is day one for you when likely those games will run on PS4.
The exclusives.
But they'll probably be on PS4. Why are you getting a PS5?
Listen, probably is optional. There's no fact about that.
PS4
probably, right?
Likely. So why would you get a PS5?
Because They have already sold me on the PS5.
Dilly, you said that. What are you
and let me tell you the games that they've sold me on PS5.
No,
right?
I'm just asking you between the PS5 and the PS4.
All of the Game of the Year winners and contenders
as well. Why are you getting a PS5?
All of the Game of the Year winners and contenders from this generation.
Choke his ass out, Kratos.
VR. Guess what? Those sequels are going to be on PS5.
I get that.
There is no guarantee. There is no guarantee unless you can tell me where they're saying, "Hey, guess what? Spider-Man right here is guaranteed to be enhanced and run upwards and faster and better and everything else on there."
Talk that shit, Kratos.
I'm just saying. Listen, I know not everybody day one is going to go to PS5. I know that. But the mere fact that they've already sold people, right? 100 million plus motherfuckers are already sold on the next generation platform. Why? Why are they sold on that? It wasn't because of power. It was because of the bangers.
That's what I'm asking you. That's what I'm asking you.
The greatness.
So if Zaire's fucking having a seizure in the background. So if I can play a PlayStation 5 game day one,
hit this goddamn like button.
Hit the like button. If I can play a PS5 game that's also on PS4 day one, why are you buying that PS5 at its most expensive price on day one?
It's because I buy every console.
Performance. Stop dancing around it. Performance.
Listen, the Xbox One X, right? That sold you because of that performance, right? What fucking game did they launch the X with?
Come on now, Kratos. Come on now.
Let me tell you.
Every game. And PUBG and for Lucky's Tale. Now, was that enough to sell you?
Let me say one thing real quick.
To sell you on the X? Let me tell you what PS5 is selling me on. Project Unknown.
People have to have a memory here.
That's Stranding.
Hang on. Neither of us can hear each other right now, right?
No,
let me bring this up because you just said, what did the X launch with? What did the Pro launch with?
Guess what? Horizon Zero Dawn was there. Yes. Horizon Zero. Let me pay the bill real quick. Hold on. Hold your thought. The Verge X with the $2. Break Kratos' jaw, dealer. Tired of him lying.
All right.
So hang on one second. You just said Horizon Zero Dawn was on the Pro at launch, right?
Yeah, I said that was the game.
Are you sure?
That was the game.
Let me ask you again, slow.
That was the game that sold me.
Are you sure Horizon Zero Dawn was
soon after?
I said that was the game that sold me.
He said soon after, fuck nigga.
I said that was the game. You asked me a question. You asked me what game. Will you ask me what game? What sold me on the Pro? And I told you Horizon Zero Dawn.
No, man told you.
You asked me why I got an Xbox One X day one. What games launched with it?
I asked you what games launched on the Xbox One X, and then I proceeded to name those games that launched day and date with the X. That's what I did.
And I asked you what launched with the PS4 Pro, Kratos.
And I told you what
PlayStation VR.
I told you
VR
sold me. I asked you what.
It was the VR. Goddammit.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
So let me answer it for you. Horizon Dawn didn't launch with the Pro. And Pro didn't have any launch titles either. So what I did play with the Xbox One X day one was Shadow of War. I played Wolfenstein 2. I played Forza 7. And I played Assassin's Creed Origins. Just those four alone, off the top of my head.
Let me ask you this: which one of those games you named was Game of the Year, winner or contender?
Oh, come on now, Kratos. Choke his ass out. That boy sharp, Dylan. This ain't RDX here. This ain't RDX here.
Is that what you asked at the beginning, or is that just a new thing?
This ain't RDX here.
I'm just saying, brother. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that boy sharp.
Nobody said anything about Game of the Year contenders.
Okay, Dylan, let me ask you this, right? Xbox Scarlet, right? Because Z brought it up a little bit earlier. If that console is not more powerful, it doesn't matter if it's slightly, or it doesn't matter if it's largely. If it's not more powerful than the PS5, will you buy it and will you continue to support that?
I will buy the Scarlet the same way many of you bought a Pro, knowing the X is more powerful.
Yeah, I'm just asking you the question.
Yeah,
because it seems to a lot of guys in the Xbox community that power is everything, and power is the end all be all. Whereas, listen, somebody told me, shout out to Carlos Christmas. Somebody told me the RDX podcast. Now I don't watch your shit.
Okay, so you just
I can't say that definitively, but I'm just speaking upon the chat. Let me get Carlos Christmas with the $2.
You did the Fox News thing where you just took some shit and ran with it.
Hold that thought real quick. Carlos Crispin with the $2. Waiting and damage control were the X launch titles. God damn. All right, we got T-Easy 83 with the $2. PS5 faster than anything on PC. Sony said it first, fuck niggas.
Sony didn't say it at all. I don't even know where you're getting that from.
Go ahead. Yeah, it's articles out there that say
No, Sony did not confirm that it's faster than PC.
Okay, what if it is though, Dylan? What if the
Then
PS5?
that'd be great.
What
Guess what? I'm getting one. So I don't care. I don't need to sit here and say, I got this and you don't, because I'm not a fuckboy. I'm going to have it all.
All right, go ahead.
Jesus, what's wrong with you people? You sales. Like, who gives a shit?
Okay, no, wait. Hold on. Here's the thing, right? I understand. You don't want to talk about sales. You don't want to talk about NPDs.
I never talked about
now,
sales.
right? Now you don't want to talk about it. But let's rewind just a little bit. Let's rewind just a little bit. All right, just a little bit. I'm not going back to 2013. I'm just going back a couple of years. I remember the last time Microsoft won an NPD.
Yep.
I believe it was back in 2015, 2016, something like that. They won 3 quarters. They won 3 months out of the year, and I think it was the fourth quarter. And Mikey Barr and Eric Greenberg, they were hyping up. Congratulations to the Xbox One X, winning.
It wasn't the X, it was the S.
Whatever the Xbox won NPDs for that particular quarter or something like that. And I remember guys screaming through the roof and cutting videos, and everything is good. It's easy. Hindsight is 2020. When it's easy when you're losing, to dismiss sales, to dismiss NPDs, and to dismiss all of this. But you got to look at Nintendo, right? They re-upped, right? After the Wii U's failure, they re-upped, and within 2 years, they're able to equal or surpass, most likely surpass the Xbox. And guess what? They don't have many third-party games that people are fucking buying. They have exclusives. So when a lot of the Xbox community say that exclusives is not really, it's anti-consumer and it's not really that important. But then when you look at the top-selling video game companies such as Sony and Nintendo, they're dominating.
Exclusive.
How would you continue to speak upon exclusives as if they're just something that bypass and they really don't matter?
I see what you're doing, and you're trying to insinuate that I'm one of those people without claiming it because I
didn't point fingers. I'm just asking.
I know what you're doing.
I didn't point fingers. I'm just asking questions.
Now I know what you're doing, and I got a link ready already for your NPD bullshit.
You got the link.
Right.
But tell me
if you'll let me talk, I'll let you go on for a good 5 minutes here. Last time Xbox One NPD, it was with the Xbox One S in 2016. I made a video about this and said, I don't give a fuck. Okay, and I got the link. If you want it, Z, let me know. I'll throw it to you.
You want me to play the video?
No, wait a minute. Yeah.
You want me to play the video?
Hey, Z, hold on. Pause real quick, Dylan. Z, go ahead and read him his rights.
I told him. Anything sex they can't end will be used against them in the show.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to help you.
Get this bill right quick.
Yeah. Now I get it. Somebody want to check your references or something like that. They'll ask
I will literally send it to you. Don't act like you can't.
Listen. I'm gonna be honest, Dylan. Man, we don't watch your shit. We don't look at your articles.
Obviously,
I'm just saying. I take your word for it, brother. I take your word for it. I really do.
What you don't understand is that is a massive L because you come at me and you don't know what you're talking about.
I'm not coming at you. I'm just merely asking you a question. If exclusives were not that important into the success of a company, look at Nintendo and look at Sony and how they're dominating in those particular areas and how they're exceedingly surpassing
exclusives and still failed. There's more than
but that's what I said. Well, listen, explain the Switch though. The weakest console of the generation is dominating the world's most powerful console. How do you explain that, Dylan?
I just told you. For one factor of the Switch is that it is competing with itself. People like it. It's a well-built machine. It does things that no other console does.
So let me ask you this: the PlayStation is the second weakest console out there. So how do you explain that?
The PlayStation launched $100 cheaper, was more powerful, and overall, it is what it is. Microsoft shot themselves in the foot, and Sony finally got the software launching that was super compelling to come to the console and play. It's complicated.
So you're saying it's based off of 2013. So once the X launched, it really didn't make a difference.
I continued it forward with the software. So again,
so it's about the game. It's about the game.
It's about a lot of things. If you got a PS5 with the best games in the universe and it's $800, who cares?
Hold on, let me pay this bill. We got a couple bills here to pay. Hold on.
Yeah, we got Mickey D with the $5. Microsoft services are amazing, but as a business, they can't seem to focus on two things at once. Their focus on services comes at the expense of quality of game. Hey, man, I appreciate it, brother. You right on with that. And Bryson Tatum with the $2. We jumping dealer. Let me get my hits in. Hey, nobody jumping, Dilla, man. We just having discussion. Let's go ahead, Dilla. You got
let me make this free message app. I'm sorry, guys. I just dropped the link to the free message app in there. I'm sorry, I forgot. She got a little hit of myself. Today's the 19th. Shout out to my man, Cold-Blooded Sensei. Question for Dilla. Was Phil a mistake? I'm going to come back to that one. Robert McLeod. When was the last time Xbox won a genuine dealer? Oh, wait, never. And Robert McLeod, of course, Dilla don't want to talk about it when Xbox losing, but if Xbox was winning, that's all he be talking about. LOL, man.
So you got a time machine? Does that motherfucker got a time machine? Or
RDX is trash. And the Fox News of gaming. I watch this shit when I want to go to sleep. And fuck Coke with $1,000 of Crackdown my ass.
Thanks for showing up.
I might have made some of this stuff up. I ain't gonna lie right there. Bourbon 32. Kratos working hard for his Japanese daddy. Hold on. And let me drop the link in here again. And those insults were sent via the free messaging app. And you're also helping support the show. We get Top Dog and everybody. We jump in. You got Top Dog. J-Dub, grow up and let people talk. We got that one. More sales, more games is common sense from Top Dog. And here's the link here for the free messaging app. But I guess I don't know. I mean, okay, Dilla.
Yo.
Who the fuck is that?
I don't know. Somebody on the walkie-talkie.
Yo, hey, Moss, hop out and jump back in so we can hear you, brother.
Okay, all right, let me hop out.
Sound like shit. Say yo, Moss been drinking. Yo. What the fuck?
Hey, Moss finna jump in. I'm finna get ready to jump out.
All right, no problem.
Yeah, I'm just filling in for him.
Well, that was clever.
Moss, say something.
Hey, wait, they said it's conspiracy.
Yo.
They said Z made Dilla's mic lower so Kratos can sound louder than him. What the fuck? Damn.
Can y'all hear me now?
Goddamn, Z. I didn't think you did that shit to me.
Yeah, janky as hell, right? And you go to the link to the free messaging app. But like I said, before we get the hell up out of here, shout out to
hey, before I get out of here, right? Because Moss finna jump in and get super chats and stuff, handle his business. I just want to say for the record, listen, Phil is not the guy. He was never the guy. He was the only. His biggest success is to spin off the Xbox to its fans as a service and a subscription. That's what his main job and focus was. That's what Satya Nadella tasked him with, and that's what he's done fairly well. I would be upset if Sony started giving away their some of their IPs over to other platforms. And especially when the people and the fans are begging for these particular characters and new games of these, and they turn around and give them to Nintendo and other people, I would be pissed. I thoroughly hope that these AA and indie studios that Microsoft are putting together can crank out some bangers. I'm not impressed right now. A bunch of failing studios, they go and get them, and sure, I applaud them for going out and getting some Naughty Dog people and getting some other people because they know what a talent is. And that's good. That they can really do something with that. And I hope next generation they can come back and earn our trust. But for the most part, they've just failed too many times. Their messaging is bad. Their programming is bad. They had E3 to themselves. Games come, any and everything. They just fail. And I do think they need to hire an outside PR company to handle their information, to spin it properly. Phil, Mikey Barra, all those guys, Aaron Greenberg, those guys are not the guys. Power is not going to change.
You got to understand too that they're not always allowed to do the things that they want to do. I'll say that. Aaron, Mike, they were never really allowed to do a lot of the things they wanted to do. And I know that for a fact.
Yeah, but listen, I get that, and I can probably agree with that. But they're a corporation just like Sony is, right? The moment Sony stopped giving me the bangers that I want, the moment they stop giving me the games I want, I'm fucking gone. Fuck, Yoshida and everybody else. I don't give a fuck. But we're talking about 6-7 years now. We're in this console generation for about 6-7 years. It's 2020, and motherfuckers still talking about let's wait to E3, let's wait to next generation. They've already given up hope in waiting, right? Gears 5 was a good step.
Who is saying wait till E3?
Dilla, come on, man. You not listen.
Do not.
You see the same stuff that we see out here. Don't act like
that shit. Things ain't gonna go well.
Listen, I'm just saying. You hear
some
see
little
what we
rat
see.
scampered up to you with a little piece of cheese in his mouth and told you that I said that. You really need to reconsider.
Hey, I didn't say you said that. I'm just saying. You hear and you see what
if
we
I heard
see
somebody say that, I would fucking be like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Dylan, this been going on for the last 5 years. Wait till E3. I mean, Microsoft, Xbox itself is known for the wait till. It's the wait till platform, right? It is.
In my opinion, they've won several of the past couple E3s.
When was the last E3 they won? You think, Dylan?
What do you mean? I think they won 2017 and 18. They didn't win 20. The 2019 was dog shit. But at the end of the day, like this was the E3 because it's that time where you need to show us some stuff. Like you're losing a lot of people because there's no fucking morale, right? You haven't showed a new IP or a big investment in some kind of AAA blockbuster in a while. We knew about Gears years ago. It finally came out. And you didn't even show that at E3. So again, that's why one of the reasons I hated this E3 so much, but they got to show something big, something gorgeous. We need to see a lot of money on that screen. And you can't wait another fucking year for that. So I'm hearing good things about XO. I will say that I've heard it's much bigger than last year's. That's again what I'll say, and you might get a surprise there.
Okay, listen. Most likely,
Somebody timestamp that.
And keep in mind that I did preface it with you might.
Yeah. Listen. Most likely, right? Here's the thing about it. The XO18. We all know the biggest event is E3, right? They had the stage to themselves. Yeah, how could you lose to your fucking self? I don't get it.
They just showed you how. Show Bambi Simulator and not shit no one cares about.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, how can you continue to have that rock solid faith in them after? Listen, most companies, right? Most companies get better. Most companies get better and learn with time, right? It seems like they're on the decline at the end of the generation, so they don't have that momentum going into next generation.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
What's better, 6 studios or 15?
15, of course.
All right. So they did get better there. Now, what we do know is that they don't have a time machine. They can't rush. I do not want them to rush games. I believe part of Sony's success is time, talent.
So you're saying that the Xbox gamers should just wait? How many years? How many more?
Not at all. That's not what I just said. I'm telling you that they have done things better. But the one thing that is out of their control, at least for the most part, because every game takes time. God of War took 4.5, 5 years. And again, it's my favorite game this generation. Games take time to make. And if you can find it, if you find a problem with that statement, I'll help you.
Here's the thing about it. They did not invest for 3 whole years.
No, they didn't.
They sat on their hands for 3 years while Sony and Nintendo continue to do what they do, right? In that amount of time, Nintendo was able to re-up and come out with a new platform and fucking catch up in those 3 years. That's equivalent to that. So guys,
you heard me and Z talk about this at the beginning.
Listen, guys have been waiting for 3 years. Okay, so now can you agree? It seems like Microsoft is 3 years behind in their studios and in their games.
But it also depends on. No, I won't agree with that. I don't agree that just because you took a little bit longer, that your first game is going to be 3 years behind. That's
you said if they didn't invest in 3 years, what bangers or what good games that you like came out in those 3 years that's going to be ready
in the last 3 years.
Besides Halo, Gears, and Forza, I mean those are given.
Well,
right?
again. I mean, what? I'm not allowed to like a God of War and an Uncharted. There's just as many of those.
No, we're talking about Microsoft here. We're not talking about.
But I'm just saying, I don't like to use that logic where I'm not allowed to choose a franchise, even though the one on your side has more entries.
Hold on.
So again, I think that 2016 wasn't bad because if you look at the games that launched there were a lot of them. 2016? Yeah.
E3.
Do you remember all the games that came out in 2016?
Yeah, we had Quantum Break.
You had Quantum Break, you had Gears, you had Forza 6, you had Gears 4, you had even ReCore, I didn't care for it. You had Dead Rising 4. I mean, there's even more than that. But that's a lot of...
those are all pretty much, I mean, besides the Halo, Gears, and Forza, that shit was flops, man. That shit...
we're not
even getting to those.
What happens
we can't get credit to some shit that flopped and we didn't get a sequel to.
Fans not allowed to like it because it didn't sell well?
No, listen. You can like Crackdown, you can like Voodoo Vince, all that. I don't care about that. What I'm saying is you can't get credit for some shit that didn't cut the mustard. I didn't say that. The Xbox gamers said that, and they said that with their wallets. They didn't support that shit. They called it trash. The reviews are trash. Now, yes, somebody can like trash. I get it.
The reviews are trash. Is that what you just said?
I get it. The sales and everything else.
We don't know. We don't know that information. That's the problem with the claims I just heard.
Are we getting a sequel? Are we getting a sequel to Record?
Forza 6 did not review bad.
Are we getting a sequel to all of those?
Forza
Besides
6
Halo, Gears, and Forza. We know we're going to get Halo, Gears.
Even Recore is higher than Days Gone, a game that I liked. So again,
I totally agree. I don't
give a shit about none of that. That's why I don't care.
I totally agree. For every 70, 71 Metacritic game Sony have, there's fucking 10 other bangers. So that's part of the problem, Dillard. That's part of the problem, right? This 85 that Gears got this year, right? Pretty much was outweighed by them only releasing one other game that was first party, and that's Crackdown 3. And that was a 59 rated game. If I'm wrong, please correct me, but it's somewhere in that area. Yeah. So they haven't released a lot of fucking games this year.
No, they haven't. We've talked about this.
So yes. So whereas Sony still got Death Stranding, they had Days Gone.
Death Stranding ain't out. And
I know, but I'm saying this in 2019. We're talking about 2019, right? We're talking about 2019, and then they went as far as to go out and get exclusive content for one of the biggest games of the year, which is Call of Duty. It seems like they're.
Let's just be honest. Go ahead. Neither company's had a great year this year so far.
I wouldn't listen. I would agree with you with that, but to lump Sony
and I think
into that. To lump Sony into that category when Microsoft only launched 2 games this year, and Sony's launched like 5, 6, 7 games. I mean, let's not forget about MLB, right? That's a banger. That cranks it out every year, high quality, exclusive. It's not equivalent. This is not. We're not going to do the false equivalence.
Spade. This year has not been good for either company. Just say it.
I can't say that. This year has not.
I think you can.
Listen, and this is why I'm gonna say that, right? If Death Stranding come out and it's really high Metacritic, wins Game of the Year, whatever we're saying right now it's false. That's why I won't agree to that.
Hold up.
Well, okay, so depending on Death Stranding,
we're talking about 29. Yeah.
Hold up. Sony Prophet said Dillard gets quiet as hell when Kratos is talking. Oh, god damn.
I turn my mic down. God damn it.
We got my man Mighty Moss 2K. Fuck nigga, explain that tweet from 10/7/19 when you act like Gears 5 and multiplayer was good enough for the Xbox. And AP.
So Mighty Mo can't read apparently. All right.
What's better, 15 Hondas or 3 Ferraris? And 3 Lambos, fuck nigga.
Hey, and here's the thing, right? Another reason I can't agree to that, we had Judgment. We got all. Sony releases a ton of fucking content all year long.
Again, are you talking about first party or third party?
Fucking games. I don't.
So now all games.
Microsoft had Blair Witch. I'll give it that. Right, you had Blair Witch.
Blair Witch sucked.
How did that? But how did that change that? Right? How did that change?
Nobody.
Right now,
I'm just saying, are we going first party or all games now?
They're all fucking games. So
everyone has
besides multiplats. Besides multiplats, I won't. We can't count fucking. We can't count Madden on fucking Xbox.
You got to make up your mind, man. You got a lot of rules here that keep changing.
Let's not do. Well, okay. Let's count multiplats, right? Because the multiplats sell better and perform better on the PlayStation. More people support them. So that's why I say that's a wash. But we need to talk about games, right? Xbox technically only released 3 games this year: Blair Witch, Gears 5, and Crackdown 3. That's 3 games, right? And so we're saying
those are the console.
Listen, wait. And so we're saying, Dillard, okay, this year was bad. Let's wait till next year. We got Halo Infinite coming out, so we got to wait till next November. In weekend, okay, Ori and the Blind Forest might be the next bright spot. It's
not really my type of game.
How you gonna compare The Last of Us, Ghost of Tsushima, and those games to Ori and the Blind Forest?
You're not, and again, you're treating me as I haven't already talked about this.
I apologize. I don't watch your stuff, so I don't know what you talked about.
That's why we're having we would save a lot of time if you just knew my opinion.
Yeah, go ahead.
He said, "Hold on. We actually have a paid sponsor. Hold on one second, ladies and gentlemen. Back to you. Get Mighty Moss last thing here. We had a paid sponsor here. You see Mighty Moss' question?
Okay, here we go. Shout out to MM2K with the $5 question. You feed D-Batch Puppet Child or kibbles and bits before each RDX? Fuck.
All right, hold on right quick. This is from my paid sponsor.
Oh my
playing
God,
the ad.
stupid.
Well, let me know when the ad stop playing.
What is everyone's obsession with D-Batch having some kind of fucking overlord here?
I don't know.
Like, is everyone okay? Can everyone handle the fact that D-Batch might not agree with your opinions? Is that fine, or is that a big problem?
Nah, they get on my man D Batch talking about
I hear a lot of shady.
He's spreading that fake news.
About all that
get
shit. White this, white that. Like, I don't know if it's racism. I don't know what the fuck to think here. It's kind of odd.
I'm gonna keep it real. They go around calling you Calvin Candy.
Who that on that name?
They said who that nigga on that name? I'm sorry. We back loud. Pardon me.
Fucking statement. Can't hear nothing.
We back loud. We back loud. So listen, ladies and gentlemen. Right?
What, we disconnected?
No, I had to play an ad. You know what I mean? I had to play an ad.
Shit.
But anyway, I got a little ahead of myself, ladies and gentlemen. So Dill, I brought you on this show for an intervention, right, man? I had a contract for you, right? But being that you kind of janky, I was trying to, and your needs are shot. I was willing to sign you with the veterans minimum. You know what I mean? You can't even get a console. You can get a controller in 30 days of PSN Plus. All right, you know what I mean?
PS Plus.
Are you willing right now
for free on PS Plus? So
yeah, if you sign this contract right now, go pro PlayStation. Are you willing to confess your sins to say that Sony is the king of the North and Kratos the one true God?
Which Kratos?
Kratos.
Both.
Yeah.
No, not both for sure.
Both.
Yeah,
I like the Kratos from the game for sure. I'll say it again. Best game of the generation, in my opinion. Sony have put out a message for the hardcore, which I've made videos about, talking about, hey, we're kind of building up our games, put more money into our games for the hardcore. I agree with that. I've always said their marketing is much better.
Okay, all right, well, a serious question.
It is what it is, man.
All right, so in your honest opinion, Sony had a better generation.
Are you really asking me that?
Yeah, I'm asking you. Yeah, I mean, bro.
Of course.
Okay, all right, okay. But you think going into next year that things are going to change and spending?
I think going into next generation, yeah, you're going to start seeing a lot of things that I'm telling you'll see. So. All
right. I need someone to timestamp that for me, please.
Timestamp that. Bigger games coming from Xbox. Hopefully, that's what I'm looking for.
And listen.
He did say hopefully. I want to add that addendum inside of that. Actual, that's always the scapegoat. I did say hopefully.
No, that's not my scapegoat. That's just me giving my real opinion. Is hopefully. Right. Yeah. I really have hope that they're going to bring bigger, better games next generation.
I hope too. Listen, here's the thing, right? And I agree with you on that point. I really hope they can do it because gaming is better when companies fight for your dollars and they're competing blow for blow. That's always been the case ever since the Atari 2600 was going against ColecoVision.
Yes, sir.
Recently, that only just started getting shaky this particular generation. But we need to see Microsoft back on top. I just don't think by them not locking up studios like Insomniac Games and Remedy and some of the other ones that we know for a fact can crank out some bangers. I just don't see that happening because, again, Sony is going to continue to buy up studios and continue to crank out the games that they've been, and plus brand new exclusive IPs and third-party marketing deals. I won't feel to come out with the bag, right? Again, like you say, Z, Microsoft is a rich company in the world, but they the hobos of gaming. And I understand they've invested some money into these studios, but let's face it, these were nickel and dime studios. They weren't at the top of the heap, and the top of the pile, and the top of their game like Insomniac Games. So I hope and I pray they can pull it off, but we'll see. Shout out to
how
Shooter with the $2.
How many other
good developers on many sides? Left my ass off. I'll wait. Go ahead, Dill. I'm sorry about that.
How many other Insomniac games are out there though? Like when that happened, I was like, "Fuck, man," because again, that would have been a big thing. I think Microsoft needed to at least build one or two more big AAA studios. That's what I think. And Insomniac would have been a great studio to swoop up, and Sony fucking, they outplayed them. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, like, I'm not going to sit here and call these studios that they got complete trash, because I know that, for one, not only are the nameplate is what it is, right? But the people behind that studio's name completely malleable. They change, they come, they go. They've hired so many new people. So I'm not going to downplay shit that I haven't seen. I'm going to wait and see, and then if it's trash, it's trash.
All right. Hold up, my man. Shout out to Midway 7. I gave you a little roll on his dog show for your slanderous comments. We love them. Kratos all over the place. Take this L. But overall, Diller, like I said, it's been great talking to you. It's been good talking to you and behind your back, brother. I enjoyed both. Talking to you in person And
I mean,
talk about
we should have talked about the tweets he was actually talking about, though, because I feel like half the people on that show couldn't read.
Yeah, but it makes it fun to do it this way.
Come on.
You know, I'm a very sketchy individual, brother. Carlos Craftsman said Xbox is the New York native consoles. You ain't lying about this shit. I'm gonna get my man Bourbon 32. Kratos is in an arranged marriage with Yoshida. PlayStation stops dropping bangers. His ass still gonna be there. Oh man, again, that insult again was sent on the Loots app, on the free messaging app. Thank everybody that rocked out with us live. If you enjoyed the show today, I appreciate it. Also, two shout to each and every last one of you guys that have been rocking out with me on Twitch on my road to becoming pro streamer, right? Drop the link there. Actually, I'm going to go over there right now and chop it up. I was supposed to go right over there yesterday, but shit happens. But I'm going on right now. Also, too, shameless plug, if you have Amazon Prime, which a lot of you guys do, you can link your Amazon Prime with your Twitch account. Whether you use Twitch or not, I appreciate it. Help support me. You can subscribe to my channel absolutely free. You know, any little bit helps. I appreciate it, man. Here's the link for that. We're going right over to Twitch. Diller, is anything else you want to say? You want damage control before you, get about it?
I want to damage control your connection, motherfucker. Pay your internet bill.
Oh, it's not me. That's
Nah, that's you. That's you.
I got the funds of the funds, brother. That's Discord.
Yeah.
I keep going.
Again, I think regardless, and I come over here because for one, people don't know that we've been pretty cool for years, right?
Yes.
And it is what it is. We talk behind the scenes. A lot of people take all this shit way serious. Some weirdos in the chat, but even the guys in the chat, if you showed up, thanks for supporting the show. Hit that like button, and I think something's abundantly clear is that there's just people that will run and tell people things that they're just lying, and people don't look into things, and people don't communicate, and it spins into a bunch of bullshit. And in the future, I would just say, Jay, if you hear some shit, just check into it yourself.
Hey,
and I'll try to do the same. All right, I gotta admit that
it's the internet, man. You don't get second chances.
Well, at the end of
one of these days, you're gonna learn.
It's you taking the L by making a claim that never happened. So I'm trying to help everybody involved here.
Listen, one of these days you'll learn, man. It's on the internet. Whoever get the first blackout win, brother.
Yeah.
Oh god. Yeah. I don't spend all that time on the internet, man. Sorry.
Hey, MM2K. With the $5, is it true you forced D to get a Trump tattoo on his inner thigh?
MM2K, is it true that you're obsessed with D Batch and you might look at him through some bushes?
Oh man. Shit. Oh man.
And secondly, I don't like Trump, so please stop with that bullshit.
How do you and D Batch even get along? Because D is a big Jesus guy. I don't think you believe in Jesus, right? How do y'all even coexist in the same place?
What'd you say? D is a Jesus guy?
Yeah, a big Jesus guy. He called me like 4 in.
No, what are you talking about? D's into some voodoo shit.
Yeah,
man.
no, he coming with my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Z, if you close your eyes and open your heart, Jesus will talk to you. Like, what the fuck? What?
I remember that. Hey, don't talk to D about no religion, man.
Yeah, nigga, go D.
Pull out his Bible on your ass.
Yeah, he would. Fuck nigga. But let's shout out to you for coming by. Had a great time, man. Thank you, chat. Everybody in the chat, whether you show up to support Diller, me as always. If you don't know, I'll put on some of the best shit here. We over this motherfucker cutting up. Like I said, we're going live over to Twitch to have some more fun, just bugging the fuck out, man. Like I said, Dilla, thank you for swinging by.
Hey, Neverland, use one of your sock accounts. I'm sure you got one. Message me, I'll unblock you, all right?
Or you said you blocked him?
Yeah, he said I blocked him, so he must have said some dumb shit.
Oh, shit, all right. But yeah, I gotta end the show on the thing here. Doo-doo. Wait, let me read this. I got one more free message in that. Hold up. I just popped.
We got a commercial right now.
Oh yeah, I'm killing the commercials, right? I don't know, we're gonna do some shit. My man, Zim said, PS4 had better exclusive first and second party this year than Xbox. Xbox has no more AAA games coming this generation. You're not lying about that, good brother. I'll read that again. Are we back on air?
Yeah, we good.
Zim said PS4 has better exclusive first and second party deals as they did, and even third party deals with themed consoles and exclusive content. They did their thing this year. Then Xbox. Xbox has no more AAA games coming this generation. That you're not lying about, good brother.
Neverland.
Yeah, that you're not lying. That's from my man Zim. Shout out to Zim. But like I was saying, you can catch us live right over here. We're going on Twitch, bugging the fuck. I'm going to put the link to my Twitch there. Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? Switch. Here we go. Right here. Come on over. Like I said, also, if you have Amazon Prime, you can subscribe to my channel for free. I appreciate it. This is the link here. Come on over. Bug the fuck out. You know, I'm a little more laid back on Twitch. I cut the fuck up over there. So come on in. Ask us a question. Shoot the shit with me.